Hey filmmakers and ad enthusiasts, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a topic that's not just about the present but the future, specifically the future of advertising. The world has changed significantly post-COVID, and so have the habits of consumers. With people spending their time on OTT platforms or glued to their mobile phones, the traditional TV commercial is no longer the dominant force it once was. There's a lot of conversation about, is AI going to take our jobs, and is advertising changing? With all these advancements and with AI and with post COVID, how the landscape has changed. What is it that we need to expect as filmmakers, as a director, specifically in advertising? If you look at the percentages, the habits have changed. People are glued to an OTT platform. We don't watch television anymore. We are either on a Netflix or an Amazon or a Hotstar. Here is an opportunity for brands to create authentic long form content or in film branding, which complement your product and your brand values in such a way that you do capture the audience attention. It could be a very strategic move which could impact your brand in ways that you cannot even imagine. And I think it would have way more impact than what a marketing budget on a television would do. But that's not the only shift we are seeing. During the pandemic, with resources stretched thin, many brands and filmmakers turned to low budget production methods, shooting commercials and branded content on smartphones. And I think I've seen a lot of branded content which was shot on mobile phones at that time. And guess what? It worked. Brands realized that compelling content could still be created in a shoestring budget, and many have continued to embrace this cost-effective approach even after the pandemic, which is not ideally the right way to go about. While this trend has opened doors for up and coming filmmakers, since many brands can no longer afford seasoned directors due to the budget cuts, it also presents a challenge for the experienced directors to stay competitive. Seasoned directors need to up their game by mastering the art of producing high quality films on smaller budgets. But yes, while that is true and the director should do that, here's a word of caution for brands, right? Slashing cost and thinking that it's just a social video or we are going to only put it on YouTube can backfire. Quality will suffer. So will your brand's image. Effective brand communication isn't just about putting a video out there, right? It's about crafting a compelling, authentic narrative that resonates with your audience and delivers real results. This requires the right budget, the right treatment, and the right talent. As directors, you hire us is so that we can exercise our input, right? And if it is about just communicating with A, B, C, you could make a PowerPoint presentation, right? The reason why you hire a director is that we bring in a perspective which relates to the audience emotionally, right? Which could reach out to the audience in a manner it creates an impact to the viewer, right? With the right budget and with the right kind of provisions, we could exercise our craft to be able to put it out there so that it makes the kind of impact that the film necessarily demands. We understand the budget concerns, but then it cannot dictate your script, right? It ultimately comes down to what is that you're trying to communicate. There is a difference between what you purchase for 10 rupees and 100 rupees. There is going to be a difference. The amount of budget that you put in will show in your film. No matter whatever magic that a director could do, it will still show. So slashing budgets will not be the ideal way to go about it. Now, with that in mind, let's explore the key trends, tools, and techniques that are shaping the future of advertising, right? And what every director should know to stay ahead in this rapidly evolving landscape. First up is artificial intelligence and its role in creating personalized content. AI allows us to craft hyper-targeted ads that can adapt in real time to fit the preferences of individual viewers. For directors, this means using AI as a creative tool throughout the production process, from concept development to post-production. Seeing AI as an enemy is not going to help. It is not going anywhere. We might as well adapt to it and utilize it to make better, compelling stories. But AI is just the beginning. Let's talk about immersive technologies like AR and VR. Augmented reality and virtual reality are transforming how we experience brands. These technologies offer immersive experiences that allow consumers to interact with your content in entirely new ways. As a director, exploring how to incorporate AR and VR into your storytelling will be crucial to creating engaging, future-proof content. It's limitless. Right? What is expected of a director 10 years ago does not remain the same now. Now the director is expected to create solutions and create a vision which is highly evolved. The expectations and the visual imagery that the audience is used to has increased in its threshold. Now audiences are not okay with mediocre visuals. Now everything has to be evocative. Everything has to create an impact. It has to move the audience. So which means that the demand and the expectation of the director is to have a highly evolved visual language and storytelling methods. How you decide to tell the story, whether it is the crafting of the edit or whether it is the kind of tools that you use, your craft has to be top notch. Remember guys, because nobody wants to watch ads. Right? Because ad is not something that they signed up for. You know, the reason why there is a skip button in YouTube is because everybody wants to skip it, and now why there is an unskippable ad is because they want the ad to be watched. It's like you must watch because otherwise they would skip it, right? So which means that nobody is really interested in watching ads unless the ad is so exciting, so interesting, and so visually evocative that you would sit and watch that ad. Which means ultimately, as creative agencies, yes, they come up with concepts, but it is your responsibility as a director to deliver that impact, to deliver that sense of evocativeness. How do you make that visual interesting? How do you make that concept interesting visually as a filmmaker? Unreal Engine is something which is really, really coming up. I work on Unreal Engine. I build films on Unreal Engines. Unreal Engine filmmaking is amazing. I think in a very immediate future, the directors will know these crafts to the point that they are able to build worlds on Unreal Engine and other virtual platforms such as that. Another critical trend is the dominance of short-form content on social media platforms. With platforms like Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts leading the charge, short-form content has become essential in digital advertising. Mastering the art of storytelling in these brief, impactful formats is key to capturing attention and driving engagement. However, it's not just about brevity. Authenticity is becoming increasingly important. Today's audiences, especially millennials and Gen Z, demand authenticity in the content they consume. This has led to the rise of user-generated content and influencer marketing. As a director, your challenge is to blend high production values with authenticity, creating content that feels genuine and relatable. Let's not forget the importance of data-driven storytelling. Data is the fuel that powers most effective ad campaigns today. By leveraging consumer data, you can craft stories that truly resonate with your audience. Embracing data as a creative tool can help you refine your storytelling approach and create content that hits the mark every time. Lastly, let's talk about the increasing focus on sustainability and social responsibility in advertising. As awareness of environmental and social issues grows, consumers expect brands to stand for something meaningful. Purpose-driven advertising is on the rise, and as a director, weaving these values into your storytelling can create powerful, resonant content that not only sells products but also makes a positive impact. And there you have it. Key trends shaping the future of advertising, from AI and immersive technologies to authenticity and purpose-driven content. The landscape is evolving rapidly. For directors, staying ahead of these trends is crucial to creating ads that not only capture attention but also build lasting connections with audiences. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment with your thoughts on the future of advertising, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on filmmaking and storytelling. Until next time, keep innovating, keep creating, and remember, the future of advertising is in your hands. See you in the next one.